Welcome to the Rebel to Succeed podcast. It's your boy Anthony Williams, the founder of rebeltosucceed.com. The purpose of this podcast is to share tips, advice, and strategies to help you improve in all areas of your life. My mission is to make a positive difference in your life to help you live your best life. Now let's get it. What up, good people? It's your boy Ant from Rebel to Succeed, coming at you with another podcast episode. So today in this podcast, we're going to be sharing a very powerful clip from none other than Napoleon Hill. This guy is like the godfather of self-development, of success, and everything under the sun, man. He's one of the greatest self-development teachers in the world. His book, Think and Grow Rich, if you haven't read it, is literally like the Bible on success. And yeah, man, Napoleon Hill is very important in your self-development journey. So if you're on a journey for self-development, if you're on a journey to improve, I highly encourage you to read the book, Think and Grow Rich. And I highly encourage you to listen to his old messages. They're very, very powerful and very informative. So I wanted to share, I listen to Napoleon Hill a lot, and I wanted to share one of his clips with you guys. One of his clips that I listen to very, very often, and I find that it will be very, very informational and informative and motivational for you guys. It's a lot of nuggets that he teaches, and or a lot of nuggets that he drops, and I wanted to share this clip with you guys. So check this clip out.
My search led me to the study of the spiritual forces with which all of us are blessed. And it was in this field that I came upon a clue which has enabled me to help millions of people to find their earthly destinies. I want to describe my discovery in the simplest terms possible, because it will reveal to you why it is true that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, regardless of how many times you may have failed in the past or how lofty your aims and hopes may be. I caught my first fleeting glimpse of the profound law which provides the means by which we may choose our own purpose in life and attain it while I was being coached by Andrew Carnegie during the organization of the Science of Success philosophy. I had just finished telling Mr. Carnegie that I feared he had chosen the wrong person to give the world the first practical philosophy of personal success because of my youth, my lack of education, and my lack of finances. Well, at this point, Mr. Carnegie delivered a lecture that I shall never forget because it changed my entire life and paved the way for my helping to change the lives of millions of people, some of them not yet born. Let me call your attention to a great power which is under your control, said Mr. Carnegie, a power which is greater than poverty, greater than the lack of education, greater than all of your fears and superstitions combined. It is the power to take possession of your own mind and direct it to whatever ends you may desire. This profound power, Mr. Carnegie continued, is the gift of the Creator, and it must have been considered the greatest of all of his gifts to man, because it is the only thing over which man has the complete and unchallengeable right of control and direction. When you speak of your poverty and lack of education, Mr. Carnegie explained, you are simply directing your mind power to attract these undesirable circumstances, because it is true that whatever your mind feeds upon, your mind attracts to you. Now you see why it is important that you recognize that all success begins with definiteness of purpose, with a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want from life. Then Mr. Carnegie continued his speech with a description of a great universal truth which made such an impact upon my mind that I began then and there to give myself a new outlook on life and set up for myself a goal so far above my previous achievements that it shocked my friends and relatives when they heard about it. Everyone, said Mr. Carnegie, comes to the earth plane blessed with the privilege of controlling his mind power and directing it to whatever ends he may choose. But, he continued, everyone brings over with him at birth the equivalent of 2 sealed envelopes, one of which is clearly labeled, the riches you may enjoy if you take possession of your own mind and direct it to ends of your own choice. And the other is labeled, the penalties you must pay if you neglect to take possession of your mind and direct it. And now let me reveal to you, said Mr. Carnegie, the contents of those 2 sealed envelopes. In the one labeled riches is this list of blessings. 1, sound health. 2, peace of mind. 3, a labor of love of your own choice. 4, freedom from fear and worry. 5, a positive mental attitude. 6, material riches of your own choice and quantity. In the sealed envelope labeled penalties, Mr. Carnegie continued, is this list of the prices one must pay for neglecting to take possession of his own mind. 1, ill health. 2, fear and worry. 3, indecision and doubt. 4, frustration and discouragement throughout life. 5, poverty and want. 6, and a whole flock of evils consisting of envy, greed, jealousy, anger, hatred, and superstition. Now, my mission in life is to help you and everyone who needs my help to open up and use the contents of the sealed envelope labeled riches. And the starting point from which you must take off if you wish to write your own ticket from here on out for the remainder of your life, I will describe for you in these simple instructions. 1, procure a neat pocket-sized notebook, or something on the order of this one here, loose leaf affair. And on page 1, write down a clear description of your major desire in life, the one circumstance or position or thing which you will be willing to accept as your idea of success. And remember before you begin writing that your only limitations are those which you set up in your own mind or permit others to set up for you. And 2, on page 2 of your notebook, write down a clear statement of precisely what you intend to give in return for that which you desire from life. And then start in right where you stand now to begin giving. And 3, memorize both of your statements, what you desire and what you intend to give in return for it, and repeat them at least a dozen times daily. And always end your statements with this expression of gratitude for the blessings with which you were gifted at birth. I ask not, O divine providence, for more riches, but more wisdom with which to accept and use wisely the riches I received at birth in the form of the power to control and direct my mind to whatever ends I desire. If you are not too successful or self-satisfied to accept and express this profound prayer, if you accept it and express it in the same spirit of humble sincerity in which I pass it on to you, a new and a better world will reveal itself to you. A world in which you will see reflected the circumstances and the things which you yourself have created. And now let me close this, our first visit, with my favorite expression of gratitude. O divine providence, I ask not for more riches, but more wisdom with which to make wiser use of the riches you gave me at birth, consisting in the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever ends I desire.
So that was the clip by Napoleon Hill. Again, Napoleon Hill, he was like one of the pioneers in the self-development niche. And he he's he's very, very or his messages, I'll say, is very informative, right? Because I don't know if people know, but or some of the listeners, they may not know, but Napoleon Hill, he did a lot of research on a lot of the things that he's teaching, right? He spent years researching and interviewing some of the world's most successful people out there. You know what I mean? Back in his time, like I know that Think and Grow Rich, that was written around like the 1930s, I want to say. And some of the highest achievers at that time was like, Ford. I'm trying to think of his name. Henry, I think his name was Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, people of that stature, right? So very, very successful people in their times, right? And he went and he studied and interviewed a lot of the people that were successful back then, and a lot of their companies are still successful now. Like Thomas Edison, like he was, a great inventor, right? We're still using some of the things that he invented to this day, right? Very successful person. And he went and he interviewed all of these people for his book, Think and Grow Rich. I think it was like 15 years or something like that. And he put it all in a book. He put it all in a book. And yeah, man, I mean, a lot of the things that's in that book are they have stood the test of time. They have um they will live forever. They will live forever because these are foundational keys to success, right? That's why I call Think and Grow Rich the Bible to success. It's like your Bible to success. So I highly encourage y'all to read that book. Um, I highly encourage you to listen to what Napoleon Hill teaches, right? So, I want to share some things that, I get out of this clip, right? So in this clip, he's talking about the power of the mind. He's talking about the power of your mind, right? So people have to grasp the fact that your mind is powerful. You can do anything that you put your mind to. It just takes time. I'll say that again. So your mind is very, very powerful. You just have to direct your mind to the things that you want to achieve in life and put some faith in it, some belief in it, some persistence behind it. All of the things that he teaches in his book, his success principles. When you put all of those things together, you have no choice but to achieve whatever it is that you set out to achieve. So, you really have to grasp what he's saying. I know a lot of people, when you start talking about like, universal laws and the power of the mind, it sounds deep to a lot of people, but it's a key that people have to get. You know what I mean? You have to understand that what you direct your mind to is very important, man. What you give your energy to and what you direct your mind to is very important. So, he says in this clip, right? So the quote for this episode is, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Like, listen to that. It's a very powerful concept, and he's telling you something that could that could potentially change your life. It changes your whole perspective on life. When you understand that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. He's not saying maybe, he's not saying possibly. He's stating as a fact that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, whatever you believe, whatever beliefs you feed yourself, you will achieve eventually. So that's what he's saying, man. And it's a powerful concept that people miss. You know what I mean? Like I know, on your road to success, you may, feel like you're not going to achieve your goals and things of that nature. But um I truly believe that you just have to stick it out, and you got to be persistent, man. These are, things that he teaches in his book, Think and Grow Rich. But you got to be persistent. And I can personally attest to the fact that, his book, Think and Grow Rich, which he wrote many, many years ago, I consider like, it's like my Bible to success. And it has dramatically changed my look on life and my look on my outlook on how to achieve success. So, yeah, man. I mean, he drops major keys in this short clip, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So let me break down. I want to break down some of the things that um, that I feel like you guys should adapt into your life, right? So he talks about we all have the ability to direct our mind to whatever we want, right? So at birth, we have the ability, like everyone has the ability to control what they direct they focus on, whatever they put their mind to, right? So that's your choice. But here's the kicker. If you don't direct your mind to what you want to achieve in life, other things are going to do that for you, right? So you have to take control of what you're directing your mind to, because if you don't, somebody else is going to make that choice for you. And you don't, I can guarantee you don't want that. That's not something that you want to play around with, right? That's why I say it's very important for, you know, people to set goals, right? Like this is some of the things that he's talking about, right? So if you go and you set goals for yourself, and you focus your mind on achieving, a certain goal that you want, that in itself kind of eliminates the fact of you allowing outside forces to take control of your mind. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta have goals, man. I say this a lot, but I don't say it lightly, because it's very important that you have goals. You have to, like, having a goal is everything. You know what I mean? It's everything when it comes to where your reality, like how you shape your reality. You see what I'm saying? So when you understand that you have the ability to, you know, control your mind, you know, why not shape your reality and put your mind or focus your mind on achieving the things that you want to achieve in life? You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't want to allow, like, so let me explain this, right? So, like, people got to understand, another thing that people got to understand is, you know, we all have a subconscious mind, and whatever you feed your subconscious mind is what, your subconscious mind is going to, adapt as, your beliefs, and what you, it's going to, like, your subconscious mind is going to accept anything that you tell it, right? If you tell yourself, I am a millionaire, you keep telling yourself I am a millionaire, eventually you're going to start believing that you are a millionaire, and your subconscious mind is going to listen to that, and it's going to begin to bring things into your life that's going to help make that a reality. That's going to help make you become a millionaire. So that's the power in this. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a very powerful concept, but people miss it because it's so simple. So you have to understand, like, your subconscious mind is very powerful. Like you are shaping your reality by what you feed your mind. So the music that you're listening to, the movies that you watch, the books that you read, the chatter that you hear other people, like the conversations that you overhear, all of that is your subconscious mind is sucking all of that in, and it's believing everything that it's being told. So your job is to filter what your subconscious mind feeds on. And when you do that, and you set a goal, and you just decide to focus it on whatever you're trying to achieve, then you will become successful, and you will ultimately take control of your life, and you know take control of your life, and reach the success that you want to reach in life. But you got to understand that fact, and you got to practice, man. You got to practice, that, focus your attention on what you want to achieve. So, yeah, man, I don't want to ramble too long. You guys know that I can ramble, but, I'm very, very passionate about this subject, about, Napoleon Hill is one of my favorite self-development teachers, one of my favorite motivators. He's really not even really like a motivator. He's really into self-development, and, I love his book, Think and Grow Rich, and it's changed my life. And I wanted to share this clip with you guys. I'll probably be sharing some more gems and keys from Napoleon Hill, because, like, again, he's one of the best. And yeah, man, hopefully you guys have took something from this. I want you guys to, accept, just learn from Napoleon Hill, and, realize how powerful your mind is. Realize how powerful your mind is. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm going to leave it with that, guys. And I want you guys to go and, leave a review if you found some value in this episode. I want you to go out. I want you to rebel to succeed. I want you to, spread love, not hate. And yeah, man, just be a rebel, be a positive force in somebody's life. Like I always tell you guys. And yeah, it's your boy Am from Rebel to Succeed. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. I want to thank you for joining me today and listening to this podcast. If you found this episode helpful or valuable in any way, then I encourage you to leave an honest review and subscribe to the Rebel to Succeed podcast for future episodes. To receive more content and value, make sure to visit the Rebel to Succeed website at www.rebeltosucceed.com. And finally, always remember that to succeed in life, you have to reach everyone by exercising love. So make sure to show somebody some love today. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you next time.